The origins of the ancient Hebrews indicate that they were black people. Here is proof from the Bible and history. Throughout the scriptures, there is only one nation of people who were chosen by God, to be above all the other nations of the earth, and be a blessing to all people. Starting with Adam, genealogical material as given in Genesis chapters 4, 5, 10, 11, 22, 25, 29 to 30, 35 to 36, and 46, move the narrative forward from the creation story to the beginnings of Israel's existence as a people. The nation of Israel came about through a specific seed line, from Adam, through Seth, down to Noah, and then, through Shem, to Abraham, Isaac, and Jacob. Genesis chapter 10, verse 21 to 22, and 24. Unto Shem also, the father of all the children of Eber, the brother of Japheth the elder, even to him were children born. The children of Shem, Elam, and Asshur, and Arphaxad, and Lud, and Aram. And Arphaxad begot Salah, and Salah begot Eber. Eber came from the chosen seed line that led to the nation of Israel. Abraham is the first person called a Hebrew, Genesis chapter 14, verse 13, in the biblical text. What does the name Hebrew mean and where does it come from? Abraham's fifth great-grandfather was Eber. And Arpachshad bore Shalach, who bore Eber, Genesis chapter 10, verse 24. The Hebrew spelling of the word Hebrew is Ivri, and the Hebrew spelling of Eber is Eber. When the letter is placed after a name it means one belonging to the family of. And in this case a Hebrew is one who belongs to the family of Eber. By definition, a Hebrew is one who is descended from Eber, and this would include Abraham as well as his brothers Nahor and Haran. While the lineages of Nahor and Haran seem to disappear, probably absorbed into other cultural groups, only Abraham and his descendants remain Hebrews to this day. The root, abr, means to cross over or pass through. As names play a very significant role of the ancient peoples of the Near East, this name and its meaning is indicative of Abraham and his descendants. Abraham, Isaac, and Jacob were nomads who by definition are ones who travel or pass through many lands on their nomadic journey. In Genesis chapter 12, verse 6, we read, from the KJV, and Abram passed through the land unto the place of Sichem, unto the plain of Moreh. And the Canaanite was then in the land. The phrase passed through is the Hebrew verb, the same word as the noun or name Eber, Jeff A. Benner, Ancient Hebrew Research Center. In today's world, the Hebrews are simply the descendants of Abraham, Isaac, and Jacob. Ancient Hebrews originated in Chaldea, which was occupied by ancient Babylonians. They came from Mesopotamia, an area that was anciently located in northeast Africa, otherwise known as the Middle East today. The Old Testament account of Hebrew origins begins with Terah of the Chaldean city of Ur, in Mesopotamia, and his three sons, Haran, Nahor, and Abraham. Genesis chapter 11, verse 27 to 28. Now these are the generations of Terah. Terah begot Abram, Nahor, and Haran begot Lot. And Haran died before his father Terah in the land of his nativity, in Ur of the Chaldees. So Terah was a Chaldean by nationality and lived in Ur, with his three sons, which includes Abraham. Abraham and his wife Sarah left Ur because God promised him and his descendants a land they could call their own. Genesis chapter 15, verse 7. And he said unto him, I am the Lord that brought thee out of Ur of the Chaldees, to give thee this land to inherit it. Before Abraham eventually settled in a land called Canaan, he was living in the city Ur, in southern Mesopotamia. Ancient Chaldeans, or Babylonians, were a Cushite, or simply an Ethiopian people. Cush was the son of Ham, and his descendants were anciently called Cushites, see Genesis chapter 10, verse 6. The Cushites, or Ethiopians, are the descendants of Ham. Bible scholars agree that dark races are descendants of Ham. This means that the Hebrews dwelt among black people, and probably made intermarriages with them. The language of later Babylon was Semitic, but that of the earlier Chaldean monarchy was different, as can be proved by the inscriptions upon the ruins. They are distinctly Hamitic and like the Himyaritic of southern Arabia. All the earliest traditions of Chaldea center about Belus or Nimrod. We know that Nimrod was the son of Cush. Babylon had two elements in her population in the beginning. The northern Akkadians and the southern Sumerians were both Cushites. The finds of recent explorations in the Mesopotamian valley reveal that these ancient inhabitants were black, with the cranial formation of Ethiopians. On linguistic grounds, a relationship with Turanians proves untenable. The Turanian is one of the oldest races of the world. It was universally attested by antiquity that from the Cushite element sprang the civilization of Chaldea. The scriptures say that Cush begot Nimrod and that he began to be mighty upon the earth. The beginning of this kingdom was Babel, Erech, Akkad, and Calneh, in the land of Shinar. Thus, the Bible authenticates the Cushite claim. Rawlinson says that Nimrod set up a kingdom in Lower Mesopotamia that attracted the attention of surrounding nations. The people that he led probably came from the sea. Their earliest settlements were upon the coast. Ur was the primitive capital. Nimrod was king of the city where the confusion of tongues took place. The people whom Nimrod found were probably Turanians or Semites. Babylonian tradition said that they were unlettered barbarians. Cushites pushed these people back and, as the traditions of the fish god reveal, taught them the arts of civilized life. Sacred texts. History clearly tells us that the ancient kingdom of Babel was founded by Nimrod, the son of Cush, the son of Ham. Nimrod was the first Cushite world leader. Cush was the father of the Ethiopians or Cushites, which was a black nation. Nimrod was a Cushite, who founded Babylon, which means that Babylon was a Cushite empire. Abraham was called out of Ur of the Chaldees, or ancient Babylonians, which was located within the Cushite empire known as Babylon. It is only logical to conclude that Abraham was a black man as well. What cannot be denied also is that Abraham's grandson Ketur was a black man. Genesis chapter 25, verse 13. And these are the names of the sons of Ishmael, by their names, according to their generations, the firstborn of Ishmael, Nebajoth, and Ketur, and Adbeel, and Mibsam. In the Hebrew, the name Ketur is Ketur, Strong's number 6938, meaning swarthy, black-tinted. According to Merriam-Webster's dictionary, the English word swarthy is defined as having dark skin. If Ketur, the grandson of Abraham, had black skin, then Abraham must have been black as well. Abraham had a son with Sarah named Isaac. Isaac begot Jacob with Rebekah. Jacob had 12 sons with his 2 wives Leah and Rachel, and with their 2 handmaids, Zilpah and Bilhah. Jacob's name was changed to Israel and his descendants are called Israelites. The Israelites began as a familial clan of Hebrews from Sumer, which is southern Mesopotamia. After the early dynastic period of Mesopotamia, during the Old Assyrian Empire era circa 2000 BC, they moved into northeast Africa, known as the Middle East today. Before, and after the Hebrews left southern Mesopotamia for northeast Africa, they were already black. Don't forget to like the video and subscribe to our channel. Hit that notification button to be notified when we upload a new video.